some of you do. I think June have this character. Yeah. Okay, this is a reference of thing, ting ting ting. Okay, we have a thing over here. We have a thing over here. So immediately you can see that these both things are opposite. So when they're opposite, so which means that when you see a chart of the day stand, one at top, one at bottom, one at the corner, and then the other at the corner. So automatically you can relate that this is a what chart?
Funding.
Funding chart. Okay, funding chart. What does the funding chart mean? Okay, we'll go to that later, but let's us look at the information. So technically, our structure is like this. The stage one is we have to look at the character of this person from baby all the way until about 35 to 40 years old. Okay, stage one. That means we look at box number 4.
There's a horse.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's a horse.
Horse.
A horse. A horse.
A horse. Yeah, yeah.
Ma.
I heard it's hose. What is a hose? HOSE. You know the hose that you spray water. I thought what is a hose? Okay, anyway, box number 4, which is the stage 1, which means it's from baby all the way until about 35 to 40 years old. Okay, the age is not absolute, depending on individual also. So stage 2, that means box number 6, about 35 to 40, all the way till end. Okay, so technically we should look at for stage 1. So which means that by right, this person will have this particular character. Okay, box number 4. So it looks very interesting, it's all the red color where there's a leader. Just now we mentioned about the leader already. And we have a rest door. Rest door, we have definition is related to a person who doesn't like to really compete, like to relax, very chill, technically not very hardworking. So he likes to do things at the shortest time to accomplish the result. So always like to enjoy himself, like to go to restaurants, like to eat, like to drink. Somebody who is very, very relaxed type. Okay. And doctor, okay, Tianxing. What does Tianxing stand for? Okay, Tianxing. Anybody? What does Tianxing stand for? Based on your notes. Okay, I got some answer already. Yes, agenda when doing things. Yes, that's probably on the negative side. Okay, always remember in every character there's a good and a bad. So always understand the meaning of the yin and yang. That means everything that is good, there's a bad. Everything that's bad, there's a good. So don't always say that one of the specific symbol, it looks bad, but there's always a good things inside also. You see, so it's not always very extreme. Even a deaf dog, although very stubborn, they can always accomplish a lot of great things also. So it's not always bad in this aspect. Okay, Tianxing also means somebody who is very capable also, very smart, very intelligent. Okay, so and at the same time, of course, we look at there's a horse. What does a horse stand for? Do you remember? In a character reading, parcel reading, what does a horse stand for? What does it represent a person's character?
This person is not stable person.
Is it true? How do you define not stable person? That means job is not stable, the character is not stable, or what?
Can
Character.
assist you.
If we are,
Sorry? Again?
because we are the character, so that his character maybe some
Okay, you have to be careful. Whatever you learn in the divination, it may not directly apply to a destiny reading. When you talk about divination, yes, it's not stable. It's very rocky. But when we talk about a character reading, when you see a horse, always remember that this person is a very active person. Active. Okay. Active. And he cannot stay in a place for too long. That means you can't expect this person to sit in the computer and do things for many, many hours. He like to run around, travel around. So that's where the definition of active is. So he cannot be an accountant, he cannot be a computer programmer. So no such things. So maybe he can be a salesperson, maybe a business development person, maybe to become a driver also can. That's why it's moving around. So the definition for horse in destiny reading is called an active person. Cannot stay put one. Okay, so just to be a bit more careful, the destiny reading and divination definition is different. Okay, so after that, we analyze the box 4, which means that from maybe all the way to about 35 to 40 years old, we go to the basic character of this person, which is after 35, is a white tiger, view, and advisor. Okay, white tiger. White tiger means somebody who is very fierce, very aggressive. So if you were to argue with him or her, he can argue back with you very aggressively. So just be careful about anybody with white tiger. And in the event that you step onto the tail of this person, that means he found out that you have done bad things about him behind the scene. He will also be very fierce and very aggressive towards you. So it's like, try not to trigger such people if possible. Okay. And remember that I was also mentioning that this divination that white tiger is one of the worst in terms of the character, no, in terms of the symbol itself. It does not mean in destiny reading white tiger is a bad thing. White tiger is just means fierce. But fierce also means very capable of doing great things. You see. So once you understand the basic core concept, you later on, once we do some elaboration on each of the symbol, we are able to expand further. Next, Qimen view we explained already just now, like things which are more beautiful, representable person. And Tianfu advisor. Okay, advisor means this person can be somebody who likes to read, like to study, a very cultured person, somebody who is very good in terms of education. So not too bad in this aspect for an advisor person. Okay. If you notice, both of them got thing. One is below, one is on top. Box 4 and box 6. So when we talk about thing, I automatically think of Jin. I don't know why. No, I'm not saying that your thing. It's just that the lesson itself, automatically trigger me to think about you.
I don't
Okay.
like things. I don't want to be.
Well, the one it's another story. We don't want to talk about it. But now if you look at the two of them together, 4 and 6, one is at the top, one is at the bottom. In one perspective, this is the day stamp. We represent the character of the person. In another perspective, we also know that thing represents a third party woman, Correct. That means a third party beautiful woman. So, which means that the character of this person in the first stage, he is a thing. Himself is a thing, and we also know that thing represent a woman. And after that, when he goes into 6, he is still a thing and also another reference to the third party woman, young woman. So in this aspect, one look, I will suspect that likelihood his life will be filled with a lot of women surrounding him, young women surrounding him. Okay, so what does that represent? Meaning that possibly his career, his job, his education, that means his school that he attend to when he's young, and when he grows older, there will be a lot of young women around him, or maybe his business, there's also a lot of young women. But young woman doesn't mean that automatically it become a third party woman. Thing also can represent a woman, a young woman. It does not equate 100% equates to a third party woman, because that's what we learn in the divination. Over here, we just take it as this is a woman, young woman. Okay, don't automatically refer to this third party woman. So after I say this, the next question I will ask, how about his marriage? Will his marriage be good? So after that, I will look at the partner itself. This is the marriage partner. Okay, so when I choose to look at the marriage part with the partner, interestingly, there is a death door. Why is there a death door? Is it because himself as a character, there's always a thing when he's early stage and later stage? There's a possibility, meaning that likelihood he is a person that likes to enjoy himself. The rest door is signified already. View door tell us that he enjoy beautiful things. That means including beautiful women. So that tells us something. But we also need to see the combination. This view door, this is box 6 view door. View door and white tiger together. If I combine these two together, it means a totally different thing. View door equates to I like something beautiful. Aggressive, white tiger, equates to I like something beautiful aggressively. Literally, I combine together. That means I love so much beautiful things that I'm a very extreme person. Okay? So which means sometimes when we look at the individual character, we can also combine them together, two of them together, just to elaborate more character of this person. So I can say that, okay, yes, this person is is a person who likes to see beautiful things, beautiful ladies especially, but he's a very extreme person. That means he's always constantly looking at women, ladies, and probably because of that, that's create the marriage to be death. Death means in terms of marriage, just to share with you before we even because we have not started this topic, I just give you an overview. Death door in the marriage means that the luck of this person is not very good in the marriage. That means most of the time, if they were to get married, things will not be very fantastic. Okay. So that summarizes the character reading of box number 6. And interestingly, we talk about this person who is Fan Ying chart. Okay, funding chart paper, please pay attention. You know who you are. Some of you may have a funding chart, just that you never acknowledge only. Okay, anyway. Funding chart is if you are not careful, you will be detected by this funding chart without you knowing that you have this funding chart. So, and you find that it's very normal. Today I like to talk to people, tomorrow I don't like to talk to people, and then maybe one month later my character change again, and people will find that you are somebody who is very, you change your mind so often, your mood will change so often. You know, sometimes I like this, sometimes I don't like this. So because of whatever character is over here. If I base on this particular chart itself, box 4 and box 6, actually it's still not so bad. But what happened if I were to take reference from box 9 and box 1? Imagine if I have this character and I have this character. This character is Sunman life, somebody who is very sociable, but like to talk to people. And this death door is somebody who is very stubborn. Okay, so technically death door and life is kind of extreme character. That means usually death door people is also they may not like to socialize. Given the choice, they prefer to be alone, you know, most of the time. Okay, but of course I have to see the other combination. Imagine today I'm like this, I'm very sociable. Tomorrow I'm a very stubborn person, I don't like to socialize. Can you imagine this? What's going to happen to your career? What's going to happen to your marriage, your academic, your relationship, your business? It's like, for example, if you're doing business, you need to go and do sales, right? You have to go and meet customer. So for the first 3 months, I like to do sales. For the next 3 months, I don't like to do sales because I want to stay in the office. So it become a very tricky situation because if you don't go and do sales, then there'll be no money coming in. So that's where sometimes in terms of funding person, you know, the character and life, it can be quite unstable. Okay, unstable in a way that people will think that you are somebody who is always not consistent, especially in that character. But sometimes when you do things, you can be consistent. But when you in that character, it affects your mood. Sometimes you like to do this, sometimes you don't like to do this. Where you do not know why is it like that. It to you it's normal. You just take it as it is. It's always happening. It's normal to you. It doesn't really spell any problem for you. But remember, this is you. You are living in your life. You do not see your problem. But in the eyes of other people, you're somebody who change your mind often. You're always not very stable. And that spells a big problem in your life. Why is it so? Because imagine your boss, if you're working for people, your boss will believe that you are somebody not stable. You change your mind often, the emotional change often. It may be a few days, it may be a few months. It really depends on where the energy is triggered. And because of that, can you imagine a high position, a manager position will be given to you with somebody who is not stable? Unlikely. So because of that, your progress in terms of career may not likely to improve. So that is one of the issue. Relationship also will have unstable because your other party will always think that you're somebody who's not stable. But of course, we also have to see the partner in terms of the energy itself. But as a whole, in terms of character, it's always changing here and changing there. Okay, so that's where things get a bit tricky in this marriage. Of course, there's it will be the same in the rest of the other things. So meaning this way, I have seen a lot of people who are financial. Okay. And 8 out of 10 people who do not manage this financial, their life can be quite messy. Messy in a way that sometimes their career always change. Their business sometimes make a lot of money, sometimes lose a lot of money. Academic wise, sometimes they have a lot of good results, sometimes they have bad results. So because of that, their overall result will not be so fantastic. So imagine it's always up and down, up and down, up and down. That's where things get very, very tricky. So in order to solve this problem, okay, let me share with you a bit of advanced stuff. In order to solve this problem, so your life will be always in 4 and 6, flip-flopping here and there. Okay, I just use this chart as an example. Sometimes you'll be in 4, sometimes you'll be in 6. So next month you'll be in 4, the month later you'll be in 6. Or the year itself, it can be any time zone. Months, days, years, it really depends on what's the energy that triggers. So in order to change or make it better, you have to focus. Okay, first thing you have to focus. Focus on, you want to be in 4 or you want to be in 6. Okay, you cannot choose both. That means if you want to be in 4, that means these are the characters that you need to focus on. And these are the characters you want to eliminate. Okay, so meaning that, for example, if this is the one that I want, just focus on. This is the character I want. That means I will try to control my destiny. Controlling my destiny meaning that I will do and make effort to change my funding chart. How do I do that? That means first step first, I have to eliminate this one. If I were to choose box 4, if I were to choose, that means if I choose box 4, that means I have to focus on all this energy and remove all this energy. That means my white tiger, the one that I want to be aggressive, that means sometimes I can be very aggressive. So when I notice that I'm aggressive, I will have to tone down mentally and physically. That means automatically I will tell myself, this white tiger is not able to control me. I have to cut it away. So meaning that for this view door, that means I try not to look at beautiful things. I try not to create the kind of environment whereby I like beautiful things. Okay, so in this aspect, advisor, meaning that it's supposed to be very cultural, very educational person. That means I try not to go into that area. I try not to study too much. If I were to go and study, then I will trigger this box number 6 to happen. That means I purposely cut away. There is a sacrifice. That means after cutting away all this, I will have to do more activities on this. That means I will have to learn how to become a leader or take lead and choose to lead people. That means have to have a lot of activity to lead people. But at the same time, I have to be more chill, very relaxed. I cannot be too hardworking. Okay, that means I focus all my energy to be on the rest door. And of course, doctor-wise, that means all the activities that related to doctors, I will focus on it and amplify this energy. So all my daily activity or yearly or monthly activity, I will do everything related to box number 4. And anything that triggers in box number 6, I will intentionally remember and try not to focus on it. Totally cut away. So all my energy will be always focusing on here, which is in the box 4 under the wood element. You see? So at the same time, this is the activity. If you want to enhance the wood, can. That means probably you have more plants. More plants in your house. Wear green color. If you want to enhance, if you believe in all these things, this is something extra, which is very difficult to prove. But the activity itself will actually makes you enhance yourself in this box number 4 itself. Okay, so that's one of the solution that you can do for these people who are in Fan Ying chart. Jean, any question? This is very suitable for you.
Yeah, I have box number 4, number 6 too, but just two things different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I just want to ask, like you said, like for example, if I want to improve my leader, then it's green color, right? So I wear more green.
Mm.
Can I wear like the color that support that green color, like blue color? I mean like watercolor to support the green.
Can. As long as you felt that it's able to support in terms of element wise, go ahead. Okay. So, but you also must see, when you do a water, that means anything related to water, will it affect any of the symbol here? That means here, you probably every one of them you have a different symbol. It could be earth, it can be fire, it can be anything. When the water comes to here, is it going to destroy or clash or enhance or produce or in harmony? You see, that means if you create the water environment to intentionally support your, for example, your leader, the other two of the symbol, is it going to be affected? Are you able, if it's affected, if it's going to destroy, is it okay? If it's not okay, then you better not choose the water.
But if it's clash, as long as the energy is not too low, like, like I clash, I mean like the color I'm using to.
So as long as the reduction is not significant, let's say the water totally clash, that means for 100% it goes down to 20%. Then but that particular symbol, are you okay to let go? Okay, because sometimes it can mean a lot of difference. So technically, for example, if it's a good symbol, then because of what you do in the water, that means you create more water, then it destroys the good character. Then is it worth?
Yeah, because my one is like just wood and metal.
Metal,
There's
water,
wood,
water and
wood,
metal.
wood
So
and metal. I
so
have wood and metal.
the metal actually reduce about 20%, right? So it's still not so bad because metal produce water. You see, so the wood increase in energy, but the water actually, no, the metal actually reduce in energy.
But it's not that bad, right? It's
Not,
just like
it's 80%, so it's still not bad, not that bad. But if it's totally clash, then we have to really investigate a bit. Okay, so far any question for this particular case study? The rest, anybody? If not, I will move. Yes, Perry?
Yeah, based on the question from Jane, I want to ask, because the leader is the wood element, so we should choose the green color. Because this is in the box number 4, is also the green color, so we will go on the green. So which one? On the element of the leader or on the element of the box?
So your question is?
The green color. You say that, Jean, you say that if she wants to improve her leader skill, she should wear or bring something green color, right?
One way is to have green color. Another way is to have something related to water. Okay, so both are correct. It's just a matter of preference. Sometimes you see, I don't like green color. It looks so but
my question is the green color, the good green color is based on the color of the leader or based on the element of the box number 4? Because now they are same color.
Okay, good question. Okay, when you have this, okay, in terms of focusing, the green color itself, we will look at here, the leader first. The leader is the one that you want to improve, correct? So we
Yeah.
focus on the leader. We don't care about the environment. We don't care. At this point of time, we don't care because it's not really that important because we want to focus on the leader first. But at the same time, we also have to look at the whole environment. The environment is wood. The leader is wood. So technically, this person's character in terms of leadership is quite good, pretty good already. So question is it really needed to enhance? Is it really needed? Okay. Yes, June, you discover something. Okay, so to answer your question, Perry, what is focus on the individual symbol first? So that means I want to enhance leader, right? Either I choose something green, I have certain plants, or I use water to enhance.
Yeah.
Black color, blue color. Okay, anything related to that, or maybe you live in a house whereby there's a lot of water, a lot of aquarium, have more fishes. You see, or maybe play with more water, in that aspect. So it's a matter of choice. Or maybe you have a fountain, the water fountain.
No.
Yeah, fountain in your house. We get those water fountain, all those feng shui thing but for the fun of it just get a small one and have water, flowing here and there. But you know that this water is actually enhancing your leadership. In this case, enhancing your leadership because leader is wood, so you want to have a little bit of water to make your leader better. You see, so it's a matter of how you want to play around in water. That means water is a general statement. The question is, where is the water? What represents water? So we can be very imaginative, like a river is water. Imagine you live next to a river, it's water.
Expensive.
Sorry?
House facing the ocean, the sea, expensive.
Yes, it's expensive. That's why do you know that a lot of people, they want to live in that area because they believe that when there's water, it brings them wealth. And
My
of
mom
course,
believed that.
and if behind the house there's a mountain, then it's perfect. So we have a mountain in the feng shui analogy. We have mountain, we have in between there's a house, and then we are facing towards this water, which is the ocean. Is perfect. But mind you, if your bazi itself in front got water, and if the water clash with you in terms of character, I'm sorry to say that it won't bring you good luck. Okay, so a lot of people, they never know about all this. They thought that, okay, based on feng shui element, if I choose the best location, I will have the best in terms of energy of front and behind, all the mountains, all the water. It's not rubbish, but it's just that it's not complete. When you analyze this itself together with feng shui, then it can gel together. But if you never take into consideration, imagine your luck is because of the water is clashing with you. Then every day you will get miserable, you will get sick, maybe your wealth will get, you lost your wealth because of this water. So just be a bit more careful about all this. Okay. Yeah. So I hope that answer Harry's question. Mr. Chu, you got any question?
Oh, does the water activate the whole of box 4 also?
Yes, it will activate the whole of box 4 because we have not gone into the depth of it. So I'm just one-to-one illustration only. It will technically activate box 4. If you want to go into the depth, it activate box 4. That means the whole energy of box 4 is increased.
The rest door, the
rest door also increase.
Okay.
Metal door decrease a little bit because the metal produce water, so this doctor will decrease a little bit. Okay, the rest is not too important now. We just focus on the 3 only. So that means it very important. No matter what you do, that means you want to add, you want to enhance, or you want to decrease. Always be very mindful about the rest of the others. Okay. The rest of the others, that means the 3 different symbol, and in this box, and the overall box 4. Take into consideration first the 4 parts. The big picture, that means the box 4, the palace itself, and the 3 others of them. The other 2 stamps, you can just forget it. You know, it's not really that important because it's too general to signify anything. Of course, a horse got nothing, so there's no element, so don't have to worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Luna, any question? I have not seen you for a while. Seen your face for a while, for 1 week. Okay. So anyhow, yeah. Okay, so we still got a little bit of time before we move. Let me go to the next example.